Man, I feel like $1,000,000. 90 days today of semen retention. This is the longest that I've held since I discovered the wondrous world of ejaculation. I stole that from Anthony Padilla. He's a really cool YouTuber. Check him out. Now, 90 days is a great journey. I've done a month, I've done 6 weeks. I've been doing that for the last year and already have seen incredible transformations in my life. 90 days, I feel like, is a real milestone. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the successes, some of the challenges, because there are some real challenges that come along with semen retention lifestyle. Some of the things I've used, some of the techniques I've used to overcome those challenges or move through them, as well as some of my learnings and experiences. So let's dive into it. But before we do, I do invite you to press that subscribe button. Go ahead, hit the bell, get notified. I got 2 new videos coming for you every single week so that you can liberate your sexual energy and master your life. Also, I invite you to go to my website and get Semen Retention 101, your free ejaculation control guide, where myself and my partner, co-founder of the Spiritual Bad Boys movement, Jonathan White, have put together a 5-video training program for you, plus an ebook that you can go to nikuladas.com. The links are below. Get that free program. Get on this lifestyle. All right, let's get into it. All right, 90 days in. So what were some of my successes? Well, I got my book here so you can see me look down because I wrote it down as I reflected on it today. So first of all, just the fact of lasting 90 days. Seriously, guys, I haven't lasted 90 days since I discovered masturbation. Right? And never thought anything of it, of course, until I started learning and living a yoga lifestyle where I started learning about semen retention. I learned about that through the Hare Krishna movement. And actually, I learned about it before the Hare Krishnas with Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich and the Laws of Success. Now, the challenge with the Think and Grow Rich is that he brings it up, but he never really explains in the book how to do it. And I've studied tons of success principles. I've been involved with personal development for close to a decade now. But I knew there was something missing, and I started searching this information. And of course, I ran into the practices of sexual kung fu, started practicing that about a year ago. And that's when I started holding my semen for about a month, 6 weeks. And now I'm at my 90-day journey. So just going 90 days in itself is a success. And if you're a guy who's been ejaculating every day, sometimes twice a day for some time, and maybe you're just starting this journey, man, going 1 day, 2 days, a week, that's a success. So celebrate the milestones as you hit them. I have a tremendous drive to take action. I have a ridiculous amount of energy. Definitely one of the big successes and one of the cool features of semen retention lifestyle is my sleep quota is way down. Sometimes I'm only sleeping 4, 5, 6 hours a night, and I've got a ridiculous amounts of energy. I'm full of energy, I'm full of ideas, and I'm bringing that energy and ideas to all aspects of my life, and I'm seeing great results because of it. Creativity's up, imagination, clarity of mind, and my drive to take action. So I've used that drive in numerous ways. One of the ways I've used it is, I don't know if you guys remember the program. It was released maybe 10, 15 years ago. It's called P90X by Tony Horton. Well, it's a kick-ass home workout program. I mean, I've never been a strong guy. I've never been able to do even do a pull-up most of my life, you know? And over the last just 2 months doing that program and being on semen retention, I was able to do 8 pull-ups by myself. And I know to some of you guys who are like all buff and everything, that's not a big deal. But it's a huge deal because, like I said, I've never been a guy to even really stay motivated to work out. And now I'm working out consistently. I look forward to my workouts, and I continue to improve in that way. So a massive drive for action, which has helped me in my physical health and strength. My willpower. Semen retention lifestyle, in my opinion, one of the unspoken truths, the real goal or essence is the development of willpower. As you develop your willpower, you'll be able to bring that personal power, that full commitment to anything you do, and be able to expand your vision. My willpower is stronger than it's ever been before, and it's allowing me to take bold moves, brave actions, face fears, and live the lifestyle that I want without a feeling guilty or shame around it. Just going to get it. and that's awesome. So definitely one of my successes over the 90 days, and I know you'll experience too, is this tremendous will to be successful in life and whatever you deem success to be. And no doubt that you will deem success to be different than me. We're all individuals in that way. And you'll be brave enough and courageous enough and bold enough to just go do it and do it unapologetically so that you can live the life that you want to live. All right, last thing I'll talk about in the bedroom. Yeah, I got a tremendous amounts of sex energy, and my wife's recording this, so I'll say this boldly and say I perform well there too. So that's one of the benefits as well. Of course, with semen retention lifestyle, it's not like monk-like, right? So it's not that we were celibate, but through the practices of sexual kung fu, through the practices of sexual transmutation, we learn to hold that energy and we learn to last as long as we want in bed. We learn to, while still engaged in sexual activity with our partners, retain our semen. So just to clear that up, just in case you're brand new to the lifestyle. By the way, if you're brand new or if you've been at it for some time, or maybe you've been holding for years, whatever it is, leave it in the comments below. Let me know how long you've been holding at this point and celebrate that, because however long you've been going, it's awesome. Keep going. All right, let's talk a little bit about the challenges, because I don't want to just, paint this picture of, it's great. It is great, but there is some serious challenges that come with it. So one of the challenges, my biggest challenge at the beginning, was just getting into the right mindset. Putting forth the challenge to last 90 days at the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, can I really go that long? It feels so good, right? And so, there's when you build a habit, if you've built the habit of ejaculating every single day, then setting a goal of 90 days might be difficult at first. So that's why for me, I started by going just a week at a time, month at a time, 6 weeks at a time, and then, 90 days. So you may scale up. But just getting into the mindset and the willpower to do it. The first 3 days are the toughest, because in the first 3 days, you're thinking, your little voice, or at least my little voice, was going, geez, 90 days is forever. I'm never going to get there. It's so long. Can I really last that long? So you're dealing with your own limiting beliefs. You're dealing with your old patterns. You're dealing with your own limitations. But that's the beauty of this. As you move past that, you're not only holding your semen and retaining all the physical benefits, you're now starting to develop your willpower, your spiritual muscle, and growing that. It's a tremendous, tremendous gift. Edging and coming close. There was a few times I came really close. One time I was actually with my wife, and I almost came. I actually thought that I was going to ejaculate outward. I applied the root lock. The root lock is a technique where you hold in your perineum, you kind of tuck in your hip, you squeeze your abs together, like imagine an accordion, you squeeze down and you tighten your neck. So you're kind of like bent like a C, and you hold that. Now, of course, I've been practicing for about a year, so my microcosmic orbit, my channels are open. I came right to the edge. I thought I was going outward, and I was able to actually pull that back. And I'm celebrating that as a win, but it's also a challenge. The challenge is that you will come close, and you may not make it all the way. Don't worry about it. You may have a wet dream. You may have some, times where you come close and some semen is let loose. Again, if you've been somebody who's just been totally no holds bar on masturbation and ejaculation and sex, and you've just been going to, which most guys, at least that grew up where I grew up, and the boys that I hung around with and still hang around with, because my boys, some of them, they don't want nothing to do with semen retention, but a lot of them are getting intrigued, of course, because they see how much energy I have and they see my positive vibration and attitude, and that's just another benefit that comes with it. So the challenge is learning the techniques. That's why, I learned from Jonathan White, Sexual Kung Fu, and then we came together and we created something called Spiritual Bad Boys, where we mixed my knowledge of personal development, success principles, and universal laws, and applying them with Sexual Kung Fu. And guys all around the world are seeing tremendous transformations. All right, what else? Okay, here's a challenge. I have a massive sex drive because I'm holding that. So now generally guys, like especially if you're in a relationship, generally guys tend to have more of a sex drive until a little bit later on in life. That often switches because women start producing less estrogen. They actually start to produce testosterone, and testosterone will increase sex drive. If your partner's working out and practicing some kind of sexual kung fu or tantric practice, then she may have that kind of sex drive as well. But even with that, generally a guy's sex drive is normally higher than your partner, especially younger. When you get older, it tends to shift as hormones and your body changes. Now, why that's a challenge is because, my wife don't want to have sex with me all the time, even though I want to have sex with her all the time, okay? So that's the truth, right? So so it's a challenge only because it's not really a challenge, so don't ever blame her or make it, about her. The challenge is that within ourselves, we have to learn to transmute it. We have to have other outlets, right? So, putting it into business, putting it into working out, into sports, painting, art, I don't know, going for long walks on the beach. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do, right? The point is that you got to have ways to transmute it and look for outlets to use it. And in fact, that's a real great opportunity. The opportunity, I know when we get into this lifestyle, sometimes we think, the opportunities, we can have as much sex as we want. And, you might indulge in that for a while, but over time, as you grow in it and grow spiritually and realize that, yes, sex is one part of life, fine, but there are many other aspects of life. There are many other things that are important in your life that also need your attention. So when you can bring your creativity, imagination to those other aspects of life, you're really going to see how semen retention is far more beneficial than just the physical benefits. So what we want to bring there to that challenge, again, is a daily discipline and practice. So here's what I've learned, okay, over the last 90 days. And, I'm trying to fit as much as I can in this video and just speak as honestly as I can. Practice is needed. If you've never done 90 days before, if you've never done a day before, start small, work your way up. I learned this from the Buddhist, the Shambhala Buddhist group that myself and my wife, we attended a few times to their meditations. And that one lesson that I always remember, because I apply it so often in my life, is the 10% advantage, where if you want to grow in anything, just go 10%. Don't go try to go from 0 to hero, but go 10%, and slowly and surely you begin to expand your life. You begin to expand and face your fears and encompass more experience and more love and more joy and more excitement into your life. So take on the 10% advantage while you're doing it. Practice is needed. That's why I practice sexual kung fu every single day. It's why I'm part of the Spiritual Bad Boys movement, because inside the Spiritual Bad Boys movement, we get weekly practices. So it changes every week, which keeps it fresh. We not only work on the physical and the energetic practices using Qigong, sexual kung fu, breath work, but we also we're educating ourselves by personal development training, and there's a great accountability, and plus we're doing it with guys from all around the world. So, there's a support system and we're sharing. It's a really authentic place to be. Obviously, I'm a fan, I'm passionate about it, and I invite you guys to check it out. And the way you check it out, again, go to my website and you can find more information about it there. I learned that when you're practicing semen retention lifestyle, to set massive goals for yourself, because if you don't set massive goals for yourself, you're going to end up putting all that energy into just like foolish activities, because you're going to have a lot of energy. So you could end up spending a lot of time wasting, doing whatever, like watching too much TV and stuff, or playing too much video games when you have other goals. And there's nothing wrong with playing video games. There's nothing wrong with Netflix. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that you want to set big goals for yourself, because when you set big goals, your energy will match those goals. So if you have a lot of energy and small goals, you might find that you could actually get frustrated because you're going to have like pent up energy. So you have to use your energy. Semen retention lifestyle naturally pushes you into action. I just want you to have big goals so that when you take action, you're really giving yourself opportunity to use your energy in the best possible way. And last thing I just want to share, and it's, to sum it all up, semen retention will transform your life. It will give you back your masculine energy. It will make you become more of yourself. You will become free to be yourself. And when you're yourself, this world tends to reward you with opportunities in all kinds of ways. And I wish that for everybody. I wish that for every guy. And that's, again, why, myself and Johnny, we started Spiritual Bad Boys, and I invite you to check it out. So head over to my website, hit the subscribe button, all that kind of good stuff. Leave comments below, questions. You got a video idea or you got a question, leave it in the comments below. Might inspire a video, which I would appreciate. That's all I got to say about that. 90 days. We'll go. We'll keep going here. All right. Send you all my love and blessings. Namaste. Amen. Hare Krishna.